So if you go to the CPI here, while sending the data out from the CPI, while receiving the data to the CPI, always, okay, we need to think about security part here. So if you are using the corresponding SFTP server, so we are talking about the corresponding PGP security here. The PGP, okay, security what we are using here is also called as a message level security here. It is also called as a message level security, like that what we are discussing here, right? So how you are going to put the message level security here? By using encryption and decryption concept here, right? How we are going to do the encryption and decryption here? By using keys here. We have a key pair, right? We have a public keys as well as private keys here. So the public key use it for always use it for encryption purpose, whereas private key use it for decryption purpose here, right? How to generate this case, how we are going to test our payloads in the CPI, how to use the corresponding palettes in CPI, that we'll see now. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hope you are able to see, right?
Yes, we are seeing.
Let's take a notepad here, right? First, generating the keys here, correct? Generating the PGP keys using, okay, so PGP tool here, PGP tool. So here, what is that here? What is the tool we have that we need to identify now? Is last class I given the corresponding tool, right? Last class I already given the corresponding tool here. What tool we need to use like this? Correct. So let's put the corresponding tool here. Okay, this is the link we have. Let's take the corresponding I given, that is GNU PGP portal, right? What is that? Okay, so I given GNU PGP download, right? See here, this is the, okay, so you need to use this one. Okay, let's go. This is the one here, right? So GPG for win here. This is the, okay, so link what you need to use here. See here, this is the link what you need to use here. Just I'll put it here. Okay, so now see here, you need to enter into this link first, right? From here you need to generate the corresponding this tool here. Okay, this is the option we have to download the corresponding. This is the latest version what we are going to install here. You need to download this, and okay, so once you download here, we'll get all the things here. Okay, the PGP also will get here. Okay, apart from that PGP, you'll get all these details here. Okay, so one is the GNU PG will get here. We'll get a kilo patra here. Okay, again we will get a GPA, all the corresponding related services, everything you will get it here, right? So now, okay, so mainly we are going to use the corresponding kilo patra to generate the corresponding keys here. One is the public key as well as private key here. So in case of, if you go to the corresponding actual projects here, right? Okay, so if you are going to the sender side SFTP adapter, always you need to generate the keys using this PGP tool. That keys, okay, so we need to provide, we need to deploy into our CPI, and one key we need to provide to the corresponding source stream also here. In case we are going to the receiver side SFTP adapter, always, okay, so we need to get their public key. They will generate the corresponding keys here. They'll provide one key to us. Using that key we are going to encrypt here. That encrypted content will send to the corresponding SFTP server. Using their own private key here, they can decrypt the corresponding content. That's what we discussed, right? So let's try here. Okay, so assume that, okay, this is the tool we downloaded last time. We already downloaded this one, we installed also, right? Am I correct?
Download that one.
Yeah, let's see here how to use this tool that we need to identify now. Let's go to the, see here, we require the corresponding kilo patra here, okay, to generate the corresponding keys here, correct? So let's generate the corresponding two keys here. So now, okay, so go to the Kilopatra here. This is the one what we use here. So let's okay. So using this tool, we are going to generate the corresponding keys here. So let's remove all the keys here, whatever we have here. Otherwise, we can create a new key also here, right? So there is a file option here to generate a keys here. Okay, there is a new key pair like this. We can see here, right? New key pair here. See here, key pair is nothing but it will generate two keys in day. One is the public key as well as private key. It will generate, correct? So this security part is very, very important. And if you go to the actual projects also, always your manager, your client or business will ask you, okay, so do the encryption and decryption here or put the message level security while exchanging the data because it is a sensitive transactions here. If you go to the any banking transactions, if you go to the corresponding payroll or HR related transactions here, always the people will ask you put the corresponding message level security here, message level security here, right? So that's what we are using the corresponding this security concept here, right? So let's go choose the format here. Okay, so what is the format here? This is my, okay, so I'm creating a two key pair here, key pair here. Okay, key pair is nothing but that is public as well as private key here. It is asking the corresponding name here. What is the name you are going to put like this? It is asking here the corresponding key pair here, right? Let's put the corresponding, okay, so this is my, okay, so only like that I'll put here. This is the name like this here. Okay, so now I'm going to put the corresponding text like this. Right, okay, this is the mail ID it is asking here. Okay, so just put the corresponding mail ID. Right, this is the mail ID like this here. Right, I'm going to protect this keys here with the password here. Right, see here, this is my, okay, with the password here. Okay, so this is my, okay, this is the key name here. This is the key name what we are going to put here. So here we can see the corresponding, you need to select while generating keys here, it will ask you the corresponding algorithms, what it is going to support here, what it will generate here, whether it is a signing or the encryption, decryption. Okay, so which algorithms, everything it will show here. In the advanced settings, we can see the corresponding technical details also here. So I'm going to select the corresponding DSA. So what is the size here? 2048 like that we can select here. So this certificate, whatever keys we are generating here, see here for encryption as well as the corresponding signing, and also we can put the corresponding validation also here. Validation here, right? So just click on OK here. Click on OK here. See here, okay, it is okay here. Okay, so we know the corresponding technical details of what we mentioned while generating the corresponding keys also here. Let's create it. So let's create here. Once you click on create it here, it will ask you the corresponding password here. Okay, it will ask you the corresponding password. Okay, so now I'm going to put a one password here. I'm going to put a one password here. You need to remember this password, and because going forward we are going to use this password whenever you are trying to use the corresponding secret key or okay private key here, always it will ask you the corresponding this password here, right? So that's what you need to remember here. Okay, so now click on OK here. See the process of creating the key request. Okay, so here it is key pair created successfully here. This is the key fingerprint here. And also if you there is a multiple next steps also here. See here, make a backup of your key pair, right? So let's, okay, so I'm going to put, okay, I'm going to export this key as a okay backup here. All right, let's put a backup here. See here, it is generating a secret key here. It is generating a secret key like this here. Let's put the corresponding my folder here. See here, this is the folder like this. See here, okay, so I'm generating the secret key here. This is the secret key here, correct?
Okay, okay, sir.
So secret key is nothing but, okay, it is a private key here.
Private key.
So now save it here. See here, it is asking whenever you are trying to do something in the private key, it will ask you password here. Just to provide a password here. This is the password like that we can see here. So now click on OK here. Now click on OK here. See here, secret key successfully exported like that we can see. Secret key successfully exported like that we can. So next, so if you want, you can send the corresponding public key by email also here. Right, now click on finish here. Anyway, okay, we can generate from here public here. Okay, now click on finish here. See here, this is what it is generated here. See here, so this is the name of the key, right? So this is the email what we used here. So this user is certified here. So this is the valid from, okay, this is okay valid from okay 24/02/2022 to the corresponding until is nothing but okay, so up to when it is expired here, right? Okay, this is the key ID like that we can see here, key ID like this here. So from here, what we'll do here, we'll export the corresponding public key here. Okay, so we have already private key. So just okay, so okay, we are going to save the corresponding public and private key in our local folders. Then okay, we'll use in our CPI level, correct? So let's export here. There is an export concept here. Click on export here. See here, export the selected certificate. That is a public key to the file. That is a public key to the file here. Export here. If you export here, see here, same thing we can see here. This is my public key like that we can see here. This is the public key like this. Just save as a public key here. Save as a public key here. Right. So now we need to we generated two keys also here. These are the two keys what we have here. So if you go to the corresponding keys here, see here we have a two keys here. These are all two keys what we have here. So one is the public key, one is the secret key like that we can see here. Both we have now. So we have generated two keys here. Right. So now these keys, okay, where we need to deploy here, we need to deploy into our CPI here first. We need to deploy into the CPI here. So directly we cannot deploy here. See here in the CPI security material, we have a two entries available here. One is the public, so public ring as well as the corresponding secret ring like that. We can see the two options we have. So using that, we need to upload here, right? So let's enter into the corresponding our CPI here. Let's enter into our CPI here. How we are going to import into the CPI level, that we need to identify here. So we need to do the corresponding key pairing here. Right, key pairing is nothing but you need to import the corresponding public as well as private key in our so repository here. We need to store this keys into our CPI repository here, so that so the same keys we are going to use in our so iflows level, so that it will accept so access the corresponding this keys at runtime. Right, let's go to the corresponding CPI now. Let's go to the corresponding CPI. How you are going to upload this case into the so our CPI level, that we'll see now. Right, so what we need to do is we need to change the names of this keys here first. Okay, let's take this keys, go to the next one is so let's change this and put the different names here. Okay, so let's go to the one more folder here. I'll put here, go to the new. I'm going to put again Wali here. Right, I'm going to change that corresponding two keys here. These are the two keys, right? So this is the pub ring line that I'll put here. Pub ring like this. See here, you need to put this name here. Pub is nothing but public and ring like this. So this is the public key here. Next one, the same way, you need to put the corresponding. This is SEC.
गाड़ी किसकी white गाड़ी?
See here, SEC is nothing but
Scooty.
Okay, so this is the secret key like this. You can see here. See here, this is the SEC ring is nothing but secret key ring like this. So this keys we need to upload into this indirectly is called the public. This is nothing but private here. This is the secret key like that we can see here. So now, we are going to upload this keys into our CPI repository here. So where we are going to store the corresponding all the keys here in the security material. We have a central repository in the CPI where we can store the corresponding all these keys here, correct? So let's enter into the corresponding CPI now. Let's enter into the CPI now. Okay, let's sign it. So now go to the corresponding our account here. Now go to the trial account. So this is applicable for all adapters, and how you are doing in SFTP adapter. The same way you need to maintain the message level security while exchanging the data between any system to any system. If you are using a different adapters also, but the concept wise it is same. But okay, the way of okay will differ here.
Sir, in PO levels, sir, will you UDF, sir? Hello, sir.
Is in a call, I think, another call. Just wait something.
So now, sorry, you are asking something, Rajak.
Sir, in PO level, we are doing UDF, sir, BSc 64.
PO level.
If you want to do encoding or decoding in PO level, sir, using DEDF only, sir.
No, so if you want to do the corresponding encoding and decoding, you need to use a PGP tool. But okay, so that okay keys has to generate from the OS level,
Okay.
not okay this process here.
Okay, okay.
But here we have everything direct options we have.
Yeah, okay, okay, sir. Actually, we are doing UDF we are using BS field level. We do the BSc 64.
Yeah, field level. If you want to the see, suppose for example, okay, you are getting a payment details here. Okay, so one of the field is very sensitive, not total payload here. Right, if you want to do the encoding part, then we go ahead with the user defined function. Whereas total payload level, whatever data you are getting from the source, if you want to encode or decode here, always we are going to use this keys concept here.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, let's enter into the integration suite here. Let's enter into the integration suite. See here, first where we are going to maintain all the keys as well as the corresponding security related aspects here in security material, correct? So we have a managed security concept here. So there itself we have multiple options here. So that is the repository where we can show the corresponding all the security related aspects here. Okay, so let's go to the monitor. So let's go to the monitor first. See here, okay, duplicate here. Just go to the monitor concept now. Go to the monitor here. Click on monitor. See here, okay, so here we have this is the managed security concept here. So here itself will maintain all the security related aspects here. Everything we are going to maintain here itself. See here, if you go to the managed security here, see here we have the corresponding security material concept here. So whatever keys we generated here, that we are going to, okay, so upload here, that we are going to upload here. Right, okay, so we have the corresponding, we already we have a two keys here. One is the public key as well as private key here. So those keys we are going to deploy into the our repository here. Right, see here there is the upload concept here. If you go to the upload here, so there we have the corresponding PGP public key pairing, PGP secret key pairing, like that we can see here. Right, so now, so first we'll see the corresponding public key ring here. Right, so let's select the corresponding public key ring. It will ask you the corresponding browse, where is the file available here. If you go to the file available here, these are all okay, so rings here, right? So this is the public one. Select the corresponding public ring here. Now deploy it here. Okay, now deploy it here. See here, we have created the corresponding PUB ring like that. We can see here. This is the public key ring here. The similar way, what you need to do here, you need to upload the corresponding secret key also here, nothing but private key also here. So if you click on private key here, so now here it will ask you the corresponding file name here. So this is the key what we have here. So now once you maintain the corresponding, you are doing something in the secret key level, always it will ask you password here. So whatever password we mentioned here while generating the keys, that you need to include here, otherwise it won't accept. Right now, see here, I provided the corresponding password also here. Now click on deploy it here. See here, so it is deployed here.
Here, what is mean by PGP?
Pretty good privacy. It is a cryptographic concept where we can so manage the corresponding all the security related aspects while exchanging the data between networks. Right. See
Okay.
here, these are the two things what we can see here. One is the public as well as private, both we imported here. Correct. Public as well as private here. So now what we need to do now? See here. Okay. So now we are going to implement a one flow. Okay. We'll check whether it is working fine or not. This is here. Okay. Whether we are able to encrypt the data, whether we are able to decrypt the data, that we need to cross check now. Right. Let's go to the, we'll create a one new flow here. We'll create a one new flow here. Go to the design. So if you go to the design here, let's go to our package here. So here we have a lot of integration artifacts here. Let's select any one of the, okay, let's create a one new one also here. Okay, so let's put the corresponding PGP encryption and decryption like this. Right. So now click on edit it. Or we already created the corresponding SFTP adapter here, right? If you go to the SFTP adapter here,
Since yesterday we getting same error, sir, while doing that.
It's not yesterday. Before day almost I'm saying issue I'm facing. Me also.
okay, just refresh if you get this type of things here.
Yeah, actually I tried log out and log in again. So
Yeah.
same thing I'm getting that one.
Because we are not maintaining this server, right? We don't have any control. Yeah, that is the problem. Right. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll select the corresponding. This is my, okay, I'm going to trigger from the our CPI itself here.
Sir, can you use key pairs for multiple flows?
Sorry?
Do we use same key pair for multiple flows?
You can use the same keys for multiple flows because it is a common, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see here, this is my timer. So here I'm going to pass some content here. Okay, let's pass some content here. So let's pass some content here. This is my employee details like this here. This is a readable format, right? For example, this is the readable format here. Okay, let's put into the content modifier. Okay, in the body level, see here, this is my readable format here, correct? This is the readable format here. So now I want to do the encryption here. Okay, so whatever data we are getting from the source system or before sending to the corresponding target system, you need to encrypt here, correct? How you are going to encrypt here? Using which key?
Public key.
Using partner public key normally, right?
Public, yes, sir.
Yeah, assume that we received the corresponding one public key here that we are going to use here. Okay, so now if you want to encrypt here, we are going to the one palette also here. See here, there is a security palettes here. There is a security palettes here. Just we are going to use an encryptor concept here. See here, what it will do if you put an encryptor here, encrypt the content of the incoming message body here. Whatever data you are getting from the content modifier or iFlow, that it will encrypt here. Okay, let's select encryptor here. So just I'm selecting the corresponding PGP encryptor here. Right, this is what we did here. See here, okay, so we use the corresponding PGP tool to encrypt the corresponding content here. Right, we generated the corresponding one public key also here. See here, this is used for encryption here. Okay, so what it will do here? So it will encrypt incoming message here or outgoing message, right? Outgoing message like this. So now see here, okay, so this is my encryptor here. Okay, so what you need to maintain in the encryptor, that we need to see here. If you go to the encryptor here, okay, there are, okay, so processing tab here. You need to add the corresponding, okay, so here which algorithm, okay, it is going to support here. These are all algorithms it is going to support in a, okay, CPI level here to encrypt the corresponding content here. So whatever key they generated here, that key, the corresponding algorithm, this algorithm should match, then only it will work here, right? So most of the cases, okay, 99.9% we are going to use this algorithm only. While generating the keys also, most of the people will use the corresponding AEC itself here. So the secret key length here, okay, so here, okay, I'm going to put a 256 here or 128, that's fine here. So this is the compression algorithm here, okay, so this by default it will take it here. So next one is here, okay, we can see the corresponding encryption user ID here of keys from the public key ring like this, right? Okay, so now here we'll add the corresponding encryption user ID here. What is the encryption, which key we are going to use here? Public
Well,
key, correct?
yeah.
The public key we already store somewhere here, right? Okay, so if you go to the key store here, see here, this is the public key here. So just you need to maintain the name here. Okay, so take that public key name. See here, this is the public name. This is what we created here. Where whatever we created in the, okay, Kilopatra, right? This one, okay, from where there you need to get the corresponding that key name here, right? So if you go to the Kilopatra here, see here, this is what we mentioned here. This is the key name here, correct? Wali underscore test like that we have created here. So just use the same thing in our, okay, so configuration level also here. See here, I mentioned Wali underscore test. What it will do here, it will, okay, so whenever you deploy the corresponding this flow, so backend it will check, it will go to the our repository, whether it is matching, okay, this public is matching with our repository or not, it will check. If it is both are matching, then it will, okay, encrypt here, correct? So now see here, okay, I'm going to save this. Now I'm going to save this, save it here. First we are doing encryption here. So we are passing some content before sending to the corresponding receiver here. We are encrypting here. So it should lock actually, right? So this is the readable format what we are passing here. This is the readable format what we are passing here. So now you need to encrypt that content here using that corresponding key here. What key we use it here? Public key here, right? So let's, okay, now let's deploy this flow here. Let's deploy this flow here. Let's deploy it. So once you deploy it here, it will go to the corresponding. We are going to check in the monitoring tab here. We are going to check in the monitoring tab here. If you go to the monitoring here, okay, now see here we have the corresponding. Okay, so let's enable the corresponding traces also here. Go to the, all the files here. So now see here we have a SFTP adapter here. Okay, this is what we implemented the high flow name. Let's put a trace here. Now change it. Okay, now see here we can see the corresponding. Again, I'm going to redeploy it now. Now I'm going to redeploy here. Deploy it here again. So now click on S here. So once you click on S here, we can see the corresponding output here. See here, go to the monitoring again here. See here, we can see the corresponding 5 completed messages like that we can see here. So we'll take a latest one here. We'll take a latest one here. This is the SFTP adapter like that we can see here. If you go to the traces here, if you go to the traces here, see here we can see the corresponding, okay, integration flow model also we can see here. See here, okay, each step it is working fine here. If you see the envelope here, it is everything is working fine here. If you see the red envelope, it means that it is failing in the particular step level like we can see here. See here, this start timer is working fine, content modifier also working fine. Next one, this is the encrypted outgoing message also it's working fine here. So finally the output of the this encrypted file it will store here. Okay, then see here it is, okay, it stopped here itself, correct? See here in the content modifier you can see the data here, what content we are passing here. Let's go to the corresponding this data here, right? So this is the data what you are trying to process here, correct? This is the input of the our encryptor here, correct? This is the readable format here. See here, so we have a lot of employees here. See here, this is the Mira, Wali like this. We have a n number of employees here. Each employee's information, the salary, how much is getting, everything we can identify here, correct? Whereas next one is the output of the encrypted message is the end message, right? Okay, if you go to the end message here, see here we can see the corresponding payload here. See here it is encrypted here. See here, this is the encrypted message here. It is a encrypted message here for our file. Are you guys are clear?
Yes, clear.
This is the encrypted message here. If someone asks also, okay, there is no use for them, right? Next, what do you need to do here? Okay, so this is encrypted, right? Let's put the corresponding decrypt also here itself, so that we'll get idea whether this our key secret key is working fine or not, right? So let's go to the corresponding cloud integration here. I'm going to add a one more step here. What is that step here? Let's add a decryptor also here.
Decryption.
This is the decryptor like this here. So direct options we have under here, right? Okay, so just you need to use the corresponding decryptor also here. Okay, assume that okay, we are going to check whether encryptor and decrypt. Decryptor is nothing but what will happen here. So it will convert non-readable format into the readable format, ciphertext format into the corresponding readable format here. See here it is a locked, here it is encrypted here. It will encrypt. Here we are going to do the decrypt here. Here we are going to the decrypt. We are unlock the corresponding message here, correct? See here how we are going to unlock here, what parameters here. Okay, so what parameters we need to set here, that we need to identify now. I don't think it won't ask you any parameters here. Okay, leave it here, automatically it will take it here. Okay, now save it. Okay, now save it here. So now, okay, deploy it here. Now deploy it here. So now if you deploy it here, we can see the corresponding each and everything here, whether it is working fine or not like this. Whether it is working fine or not like that, we can see here. Right, go to the monitoring page again. See here we deployed here. So now go to the monitoring here. See here we'll take a latest message here. We'll take a latest message here. If you go to the completed message here, see here we can see the corresponding. This is the latest message what we can see here, 646 here, correct? So now if you go to the traces here, this is my trace here. Open the trace here. See here we can see the corresponding each and everything here. See here this is the input of our message here. See here this is the content here. Right, this is the input here. So this is the payload what we are doing here. Again the corresponding PGP decryptor input is encrypted message, correct? Correct. So now if you go to this one here, see here it is a decrypted here, it is encrypted here. So this is the encrypted message here. Right, again if you go to the end step, what we can see here,
Decrypt messages.
Decrypted.
okay, it is decrypted one, right?
Yes,
See
sir.
here we can
Yes.
see the corresponding actual content again here. Okay, now see here. Okay, so we should not use okay at a time both here. Okay, so what will happen here? Okay, if you are going to sender side SFTP adapter, we'll provide our public key, whatever key you generated, right? That public key will provide to the corresponding to them. SFTP team. Okay, so yes, in the SFTP server level, they will place a encrypted file. That encrypted file, it will come to our CPI here. So here we are going to the decryptor here. Decryptor, it is going to decrypt. Then after that, you can do the validation. Correct? Am I correct?
So here there is no using the secret key, passwords, nothing.
Automatically
Right.
it will take it here. Whenever you use this, okay, it will go to the repository. From we already okay, provided the corresponding secret key as well as the corresponding okay password also there. Correct?
Like we are using the public key whenever we are giving the username, right? So like that, we don't have any username and password here. So directly it will take, right?
The corresponding private key it will take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Clear, guys. See here first. Okay, so I already given previously. If you are going to the sender side SFTP adapter here, you need to generate a two keys here. One key you need to provide to the source team. Using our key, they can encrypt the content. The encrypted file they will place into the SFTP server. Okay, so that encrypted message it will come to our CPI here. So what we are going to do here, we are going to decrypt here. How we are going to decrypt here? Using our own private key here. Okay, so which palette we need to use here? PGP decryptor module, PGP decryptor palette you need to use here. In case of okay, if you are going to the receiver side SFTP adapter here, okay, in case of outbound message flow here, so what will happen here? So okay, always you need to get a okay SFTP public key here, right? So they will get their public key. That using that public key, we are going to encrypt our end. Correct? That encrypted message will send to the corresponding SFTP server or bank system or HR system or payroll system or any secure system here, right? Okay, what they will do once it is encrypted file they received, right? Then okay, they will do the decryption using their own private key. I hope you are clear this concept here. Okay, this public and private key concept here.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, like that you need to use the corresponding SFTP adapter here. So if you go to the, okay, so our projects here, most of the time we are going to use SFTP only, right? See here, if you want to run any application, or if you want, okay, any cloud application or on-premise application, backend always there should be OS here, operating systems, right? The operating system may be either Windows operating system or Linux or Unix based operating system here. So if they are using the corresponding Linux or Unix operating system here, always, okay, that is called as a SFTP here. Always it is called as a SFTP server. Correct? So, okay, whenever the transactions happen in the corresponding application level, the corresponding files will store in the OS level, OS folders here. That is a SFTP directories here or FTP directories it will create here. From there you need to pick and you need to post into the other system here. So how we are going to implement here by using SFTP adapter, right? So while exchanging the data from the SFTP to our CPI or CPI to the corresponding SFTP, you need to think about security also here, because each and every system will sit in the different network here. So if you are not encrypting or decrypting here, if you are not bothering about the security here, so people may hack, the hackers may hack the corresponding content, so it may impact our business, right? So that's what always the people will think about security. Okay, if you go to the our real-time projects also, definitely business will ask you, okay, so how you are going to enable the security in the CPA level like that? What are the options available here? Without security, they won't allow you, right? So in case of banking transactions, if it is a success factor related payroll transactions, okay, so like that, okay, so some of the sensitive transactions we can see in the real world here. So the if you want to handle this type of transactions, always we need to put a security here. That is called as a message level security. I hope you are clear with this one, this encryption and decryption concept with the SFTP adapter here.
Sir, if someone stolen the encrypted message, the non-readable message, is there any possibility to decrypt in their system, sir?
Yes, that's what, okay, so we can see, right? See here, okay, SFTP server, this is the SFTP server here. Okay, let's go to the, how we are going to enter into the SFTP server using WinSAP, right?
Yes, sir.
If you go to the WinSAP here, let's go to this system here. This is the SFTP server like this. So first, okay, so using our public key, what they will do, they will place a encrypted file here.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So that is
Yes,
the system here. This is the system here. Encrypted file will come, get it here. So it will come to the CPI. What we will do is we are going to use a PGP decryptor here to decrypt our end. Then okay, you can do the validations, filtrations, everything here. That output, if you want, you can send to our SAP system or something like this, right? So
yes,
we are thinking about only this, okay, so SFTP to our CPI now. Whereas, suppose for example, okay, SFTP the receiver side here. Okay, so what you need to do here, before sending to the SFTP server, we need to encrypt our end. See here, this is the encrypt. Okay, you'll get the data, normal data here, all the validations, filtrations, everything it will happen here. Before sending to the target system, you are going to encrypt here. How you are going to encrypt here? Using the partner public key. You need to get a partner public key that you need to use here, that you need to deploy into our system. That okay, so the same thing you need to call in our channel level to encrypt here.
yes.
Clear?
Okay, sir. Yes,
Sir, sir, while you are using SFTP adapter in receiver side, we need to maintain the public key in security level only, sir. Only public key only, sir.
Only public key.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so just you need to practice this one also here. So that okay, so next class we'll talk about each and every parameter of the SFTP adapter, at least mandatory parameters. SFTP level, okay, we have some parameters, right? So like how we mentioned the corresponding SFTP directory as well as file name, and also we mentioned the corresponding SFTP server details also what we mentioned here. The similar way, we have some other options. Some are mandatory parameter that we'll discuss. And okay, so we'll close it. I'll give you entry questions also on the SFTP. Then we'll go ahead with the next adapter name. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys.